Out for a bit of a stump shoot with the pika. Loaded up with the new turkey arrows. Anyway, beautiful area here. You can see down there, there's a creek bottom. Down in Ethan's country, in Dalton's, they'd call that a holler. I suppose if you do holler, you'd be able to hear it a long way, but I'm shooting at that stump. I shot at that stump right there, and you had better be confident in your shooting ability, because if you miss, it's going over there. I'll show you when I get there. So there's my shot. Complete penetration, but if I miss, it's sailing a long way down into the creek bottom. But the good thing is, I don't miss a whole lot with this guy. Beautiful area, big hemlocks, steep ridges, lots of old stumps. Bear tracks down there. Last time we were here, I'll check again. But I'm actually going in to move a game camera to a dust bath that the turkeys use, so we can see what time they're hitting there. And then I have an estimate, maybe two, actually two. And back to climbing tomorrow. So I'll talk quick about what I'm shooting today. These are tapered Douglas fir with Wenge footings made by Dave Cartwright at if you wonder what that is in my hand, it's stain. I was staining some arrows with a Wenge footing made by David Cartwright at Arrow Maker Traditions. An amazing arrow builder. Look him up, he'll hook you up. And on this one, I'm field testing these guys. I used them years and years ago, but they are aluminum adapters that you can put on a wood arrow so that you can shoot screw-in heads. Well, this is 125 judo, and this is a 46 grain, I think, adapter. So do the math, and I mean, I painted them black, flat black, and this one was used for stumping, and surprisingly that paint stays on there pretty well. You know, a few nicks in here and there. But I also have my turkey arrows for the year loaded up, so you can see them in there. Magnus Stinger 150s with the 46 grain adapter, painted black. Black ebony stain down to some black and red and black cock feather red knocks. So want to keep it dark for in the blind. Definitely don't want to have something like that in there. So you can see here, which probably shouldn't be videoing because I need both hands and feet, but you can see that trail. Could be a deer trail. I'm guessing it's probably a bear trail as well. But it wanders right along, meanders right along this edge here. So that's probably a 15-meter drop if you fell. It's a lot more to the creek bottom. You can see here, they keep it pretty tight. But man, yeah, I love this spot. Big chunk of Canadian shield, tons of stumps, tons of hemlock, my favorite tree. One of my favorite out of conifers, that is. Great tree stand trees because you can cut the branches, the dead limbs that are down low, and use those as steps, or even if you have to trim a few live ones when you get up there. There's one there, a big one. They don't weep like normal conifers, they're more like a hardwood. So they make excellent tree stand trees. So we're just gonna wander through here. hole. I'm going to take a shot at that big stump right over there. Right there. Well, this stump holds its record intact. That's the hardest one on the shoot to try and get an arrow through. I was shooting from over there, trying to get an arrow through this stuff. I was close both times. And there's one arrow, and there's two. But any day wandering the woods is a great friggin' day, in my opinion. Pretty sure this must be a cow. It's definitely no deer. Big anyway, kind of looks cool. See, it's got a big beak on it. Here's a sapsucker in the background. This little area here, a good buddy of mine years ago when we were up here stump shooting, this was like a regular place for us to come, Jake. Anyway, this would be, and Mindy says, you say this every time we walk by here. Yeah, I probably will, every time. That was my spot. This was Jake's. We'd hang the bows over there, and we'd have tea or whatever we had to drink and enjoy a pipe, like tobacco pipe, not a weed pipe. But yeah, we'd sit here and smoke a pipe, smoke a bowl, and take a break, maybe a snack, some tea, and then we continue on. I miss that old bugger. Haven't seen him in years. So there's, you can't see it, there's a stump way down there, kind of a thread the needle shot. I can't put one down through there. Nailed it. So there's the arrow. Nice shot from up there beside that big white pine. Probably 20, 25 yards anyway. Got him. That's what counts. I'm wearing crispy Wyomings and my Peaks Gators. Eddie Bauer First Descent Guide Pro pants, my favorite pants in the entire world. For those that care, sacks, ball pouch, underwear. And you gotta have a pouch for the boys, right? And then my Hutu technical base layer hoodie. I'm using that as a single layer now. Hutu, hooked up, tagged out. They're a company out of British Columbia. A couple of younger guys started it up. Look them up. They have some good stuff. They're improving the line all the time. Anyway. All right, I'm gonna try to see if my camera will stay here. I forgot a tripod for it actually, so I want to take a shot uphill, way up there, just in case I do get to practice or get to go to Colorado. It's good to practice. You never know if the elk will be up or down. Beautiful. You can see in here, I'm not far now from where I'm going to move the camera and then turn around and head back. We'll take the low route down over there on the way back, but you can see in here this water. This water is important this time of year. They're called vernal pools, and it's because they don't hold water all year. And you know, it allows like frogs, fairy shrimp, other aquatic insects and amphibians, reptiles, whatever, to be able to breed in here, lay their eggs, and not worry about predation, because there's no fish in there all the time, or other animals that predate. Probably raccoons walking around, but and bears. But yeah, as far as aquatic predators, there aren't any. So these things are super important to have. Another little tip here too, because I am using a screw-in one, and I almost always use glue-on. You can see judos do this after a few hits, but they last forever. Like these spring arms. I mean, they're only stiff when they're brand new, but then they spin around. But you can see this is taking some dirty smashes, and it's fine. But a little trick to keeping this on, so you don't have to tighten it with every shot, is put a liberal amount of string wax on there. The harder the string wax, the better. The softer is not quite as good. Good for making strings, but not so good for this application. So the Allen works well. It's kind of hard, and you put it on the threads, and then you screw it in tight, and it's taken probably 5 or 6 really good hard wax, and it is still tight. It's not coming off. That's an old tip, but I'm an old guy. So the ridge goes up there. I just came from way up there. I'm gonna head down through this bottom, and I'm gonna go that way to the southwest. Gorgeous day though, not a lot of wind. I'm actually getting kind of warm. So last year we had a blind right there, overlooking this drainage. So there's a seep, kind of a creek, more of a seep actually, that runs down through the bottom. And you can see right here, there's a dust bath. We had a couple of them here last year, a few actually. There's another one there that they had, and then there's another one that they got going on down here. So It's not very worked up right now because it rained. There's another one right here. So I'll cameras up over there, right in those big tall white pines, because that's where we were thinking that they were flying down from, but maybe they're over here in these ones and they're flying down. But Loki and I jumped a flock of them up here, right up there. There's a flat. When I was pack hiking a few weeks ago, actually, there was still snow on the ground. And then on the pack out, I saw a turkey fly from up there that way, and there was a few more up in those white pines. So on whether they roost up there or not, whether they fly down, maybe they're flying down where we can't see the camera, but I'm gonna go check out over there, and then I'll pull the camera probably and move it back over here. We did have it here, but it was showing weak signal, and so we didn't think it was going to send, but eventually the signal did pick up and it did send, so we'll do that and see what we can get over here. Anyway, in the meantime, I see a beautiful stump way down there, right there. So I'll set the camera up and see if I can get a shot of that. Well, it doesn't look too bad. Let's see if I can get a shot of that. It's pretty far though. That's probably 35 yards anyway, maybe 40. We'll see. The pika has powers. Let's see. Kind of awkward because this log is holding my camera up, so I can't do that. Holy crap. I will leave it at that one shot. I don't know if you can see that on video, but man, that thing flew beautifully, arced in there, beautiful shot. Probably center of the stump where I was looking at. Actually, I can see it from here. Looks like it's right in the center. Bam! Tolkien pika. I wanted a Tolkien for so long. I mean, I think it was 2007 maybe, 2008 maybe. I was at the biggest 3D shoot that they have around here, the Chelsea shoot across the Quebec border up in the Gatineaus and up in the mountains, kind of like this terrain here that you see over there, but a lot higher. And it was a big shoot. Like there were hundreds of trad shooters at that shoot, vendors and stuff. It was kind of like Denton Hill on a smaller version. Unfortunately, last year and this year they've canceled it, but there was a guy there and we were shooting the course, and he had a brand new bow that was kind of making the rounds on the internet forums, leather wall and stuff, called the Tolkien Whip. I've never heard of it. I thought it was kind of a dumb name when I heard of it, but anyway, it was 64 inches and I think it was like 47 pounds, 48 pounds, maybe at 28. So I shot it a few times, and it was so quiet and smooth, and I'm 5'8", I'm not that tall, so 64 is a little bit of a long bow for me, and man, it was just so smooth. I was shooting a Black Widow at the time, a PMA recurve, and I went back, we were getting ready to go to the next round, and I really didn't want to give it back. He was asking for it and I was gently refusing, but so long story short, I wanted one and I looked them up. I think I might have called Dan actually, and they were out of my price range at the time, and I just got a Widow, so I said, oh, maybe someday. So actually how it worked was last year I got back into shooting longbows. I got a Black Hunter off Amazon. They're made in China, but they're a freaking beautiful bow. I swear to God that they did some industrial espionage on Wingard's, and they copied the bow because the riser, the limb design, everything looks identical to a Wingard. Oh, black-tail hawk, or red-tail hawk, I mean. So I got into it with that, and that's a fine bow. It shoots amazing. Like, it's a great bow. If anyone's looking to get into traditional archery, you cannot go wrong with a Black Hunter. They will shoot with anything on the market. So then a friend of mine in Newfoundland, Rob Perry, he posted a Big Jim Thunderchild, and I wanted one of those. I've been looking at them on YouTube, and then I decided I'd try one. So I bought it for him, sight unseen, just the pictures. I think I paid like $600 shipped Canadian. And they're a $1,200-$1,300 US bow. It was the takedown. I got it, and I know a lot of people like them, but I absolutely hated it. Hated that bow. Couldn't shoot it. Hated the grip. Hated the hand shock. Big heavy tips. I just didn't like anything about it. So I put it up for sale or trade. James Michael Bailey out of Texas, he said, well, I got a brand new pika that I only shot like 4 times. It's a backup to my current bow, and if you want to trade, we'll trade. So we traded, and he even threw in a nice little case XX knife, pocket knife with it, and I got it, and I mean, the rest is history, right? I took it out, it was pristine condition, and there she lies, he lies, and it's been the best shooting bow that I have ever had, bar none, and they're 900 US, brand new. So I got mine for 600 Canadian, which is like 450 American, so I got a killer deal. That being said, I do have a brand new pika on order. It's going to be a takedown, and with the bow bolt system, it's going to have black micarta like this one. Jared picked out some awesome myrtle veneers, my favorite wood, and we're going to have some southern Osage in there because I love Osage in the overlays. Oh man, look at that shot. That's from 40 yards. This bow is like freaking magic, man. Like, look at that. Centered it. Because I love the way that Osage ages as it gets older, and it gets that real nice coppery hue to it. Beautiful. And it's just going to be a stunning color combo. And I wanted the bow bolt, and I'm going to go a little bit lighter in poundage than this one, maybe like 4 pounds lighter. Just make it that much easier to draw when it's cold, and you don't need a lot of weight to kill big animals. There was a guy on Instagram, he just killed a buffalo with a 44-pound longbow, a 615 grain arrow or something like that, I think. 2 shots, 2 pass-throughs. I mean, you do not need big weight to kill big animals. You know, pick your spot, pick your shot, practice a lot, put the arrow, shoot a good, single bevel or cut-on contact head. Don't shoot for the shoulder, put it in the soft stuff. But anyway, that's just a little history on this bow and me and how I got it. So I'm at the camera. For those of you that don't know, this is a spy point. This is the cell link. And what it does is it turns any game camera. This is a Campark. They're a German company. I mean, they get their cameras made in China, assembled, but it's German engineering and design. I have a action camera that I use for spearfishing and freediving, and it's older, but man, it still works great. Awesome, like really good colors and stuff. And this is the same, tiny, as you can see, like really small. But what this unit does is it just connects in there, and I'll show you when I open it. And it turns any camera, as long as it takes an SD card, into a cell camera. So let's shut this off and take a look here. Okay, so this is not turned off yet. I'll turn it all the way off here. There we go. So this looks like a big SD card right here. I'm not going to take it out, and it's attached to this flat cable. So you can see that cable's flat, like a ribbon. And it'll go in almost any camera. And what it does is it connects this camera to the cell link. Cell link has a micro SD card in it, and it'll transfer the pictures via this to here, and then this sends it to your cell phone via the LTE signal. These are Canadian, like 78, 79 bucks Canadian, and they are pretty slick. I mean, we had some problems with it. We're on the phone with Spy Point. They were great. Mary was amazing, the little girl that helped us on there. She got it all set, stayed with us while we were resetting it, and now it's working like a friggin' champ. So I will move it again, but yeah, these things are killer. Well worth the investment. And if you have a lot of regular game cameras, they will turn any of those into a cell cam. Well, the wild leaks, or ramps, as some people call them, are starting pretty early. These are fairly big. Usually they're not out till May. But another patch over there. Another one right behind me. Crazy. Call me crazy, but I'm gonna shoot for right there, right directly below my camera. Camera tipped so you can see exactly how close I was. So it was this bottom here that we found some bear tracks last weekend, and you can see the creek's right here. So, and this bottom runs right through. Lots of food source down here for them. They're kind of out of cover, or in cover I mean. Not a lot of human traffic in this spot. More in the winter when people do come in here and walk, but the bears are sleeping then. Right up there, you see that dark spot? That's a cave, a little den. There's another one around the corner. So earlier in the video, I was shooting up along that ridge. Now I'm down below it. So I don't see any fresh bear tracks this time. They were here last time. Oh, what is this? Looks like that could be a bear track there, actually. Trash panda tracks, lots of those. Nice area though. This is when you better have confidence in your shooting, because if you miss, your arrow is frickin' toast. I shot from right, that guy over there, over to this ridge. It's a great spot to stump shoot because you can do the high route on the way, and then you can do the low route on the way back, and you get to shoot all these side hills and up hills and down hills and stuff, so it's kind of cool, but you better be ballsy with your shooting. There's Lynn Falls. Well, that concludes the stump shoot. Thanks for coming along on this beautiful spring day. Turkey season in 2 weeks. So the next videos we will be posting will be longbow turkey hunting. Cheers, people. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and share with your friends.